Type of probe, cheap and cheerful. Giant airbags will inflate as a braking parachute is discarded. Then it hits the surface at 60 miles an hour, protected by a giant bouncy castle. If it lands the wrong way up, it simply flips over.
Clearly, if you want to explore another surface, you need to get to more than a few places. That means you need mobility so that you can move about on the surface. So this, hopefully in the next few days, we will see the first mobility on the surface of another planet.
Mobility comes from a Mars buggy, driven by remote control across the rocky landing site, pausing to analyse the more interesting rocks, picked out by scientists back on Earth. Mars has been a hot topic ever since last year, with the announcement of the discovery of traces of fossil life in samples of Martian meteorite. Ever since then, the debate has raged about whether these really are the footprints of Martian life. Analysis of Martian samples in the most sophisticated laboratories on Earth hasn't settled that question, and neither will Pathfinder. British scientists are proposing a radical new Mars probe.
Mars is terribly oxidized. The environment is ferociously oxidizing, and that would destroy all organic materials. So you've got to get down below that. So what we would like to see done is a drill.
Pathfinder's buggy will only collect rocks on the surface, where any life would be degraded. Scientists want a mission that would literally dig into Mars's rocks for signs of fossil life. Lawrence McGinty, ITN.
There's been fresh fighting this morning between Israeli...
Dr. Monica Grady is one of that rare breed of people who's actually worked with rocks from Mars, and she joins me now from the Natural History Museum in central London. Just how significant is Pathfinder and what it's going to do?
Well, it's very significant. What it's going to do is form a benchmark or ground truth, if you like, for future missions. It's also going to look at a variety of rock types and soils around its landing site, giving us for the first time compositional data on actual rocks from Mars. You've got to remember that previously the Viking lander only looked at soils. This is going to look at rocks as well as soils.
You've got, I mean, I see there you've got some rocks with you there. Are they rocks from Mars?
Yes, this is a small fraction of a meteorite called Narkla, which came from Mars and landed in Narkla in Egypt in 1911.
So, but if we already have that sort of rock, what else do you expect to find that we don't already know about?
Well, there is a variety of rock types on Mars. This particular one is a basalt, but we know there are several other types. There are lava flows, there are possibly sedimentary rocks which are laid down in water. We don't have samples of those at all in our collection of meteorites. We also only have 12 meteorites, some of which are very, very small, that have come from Mars.
But we won't...
And that does not give...
Yes, but we won't know, we won't know at the end of it whether there is life on Mars. That question won't be resolved.
No, Pathfinder won't resolve the life on Mars issue unless, of course, something jumps up and waves at the camera, but that's not anticipated at all. Pathfinder is going to analyse the composition of the rocks. It might tell that there's carbon there, but we will not know in what form that carbon is.
Dr. Grady, many thanks indeed. Thanks. Within the past few minutes,